AITA for refusing to cook Thanksgiving lunch after 15 years? For the past 15 years, I, 38F, have been the one cooking Thanksgiving lunch, or at least the turkey and most of the food. It's been a tradition, but this year, I'm completely burnt out. I'm a teacher with 4 kids, ages 2 to 15, and this year has been especially stressful with work, parenting, and school. I just don't have the energy to take on such a big responsibility again. I suggested that my sister-in-law, SIL1, who just moved into a new house should maybe host this year and could make the turkey. She's a stay-at-home mom with 1 child, 11 months old, so I thought it wouldn't be too much to ask. My mother-in-law immediately shut that idea down, saying SIL1 is unreliable and might not wake up early enough to make it. How is that my problem? I then suggested my brother-in-law's wife could also take on the responsibility. They got married this summer but have been together for over 5 years. She's never cooked a turkey before, but my mother-in-law said, the turkey cooks itself, so I don't see why she can't give it a try. Everyone else shows up to eat every year without lifting a finger, but when I suggest not cooking this year, it's suddenly a crisis. When I told my husband I wasn't cooking, he said I'm just resentful because his parents helped SIL1 buy her house. That's not true. I even suggested SIL2 could make the turkey. Then he brought up that I'm mad because every time we have a date night, his parents tell my older daughter, who babysits her siblings, that we're neglecting our responsibilities as parents. I pointed out how unfair that is, but he just said, we're the most stable, so that's why we're always asked to take on more. My husband thinks my decision not to cook has less to do with stress and more to do with his family. He said I only decided not to cook after my mom said she wouldn't be coming over. My mom has been battling breast cancer for the past 10 months and just wants to stay home this year and avoid being around so many people. Last year, my parents spent Thanksgiving with my sister, who couldn't travel, but I still cooked for his family. In the past, I hosted Thanksgiving at our house because my family and siblings were coming over, but I've still made the turkey for his family for the last 15 years, even the years we hosted for only his side. So the idea that I'm refusing because it's his family isn't true. My husband also said I have 5 days to rest before Thanksgiving and doesn't understand why I can't just cook the turkey. I explained I don't want the responsibility of waking up early, making the turkey, and dealing with everyone asking me, is it almost done? For once, I just want to show up, sit down, and eat, like everyone else does. He threw in that I've been hosting Thanksgiving for the last 7 years, which I pointed out is exactly why I'm tired. When I told him I didn't want to do it, he accused me of neglecting my motherly duties, which really hurt. Why should I always be expected to take on the stress of cooking when others don't have to because they can't or don't want to? Well, I don't want to this year either. AITA for refusing to cook this year? Update. Thanks to everyone who weighed in on my original post. I was overwhelmed with the response as this is my first time posting. After a lot of back and forth with my husband, here's where things stand. I told him that for lunch, the kids, and I would be going over to my mom's house. She's recovering from breast cancer and just wants a quiet day, so I want to spend time with her. I told my husband he was welcome to join us or not, his choice. He asked if I could meet him halfway by popping the turkey in the oven before leaving for my mom's so his family could eat at 3. I said no, but I'd be willing to cook the turkey if dinner was pushed to 6, giving me more time to prepare on my terms. He said that was too late. He then suggested his mom could cook the sides, and I'd just handle the turkey. Again, I said I'd only do it if dinner was moved to 6. When he refused, I stood firm and said no. I want to bring something easy this year, like sodas and desserts, just like everyone else gets to do. I'm tired of being the one responsible for the main dish when others can step up. For context, we live next door to his parents and his sister, so the constant expectations from his family are exhausting. My husband and I share the household responsibilities equally. He does all the daily cleaning, even when we aren't hosting, and we both handle the kids' baths, school drop-offs, and pickups. I'm not complaining about him at all. The issue is with his family. His family keeps insisting the others can't cook or host because they're incompetent. But the real problem is that my in-laws coddle them and never let them take responsibility for anything. That's not my problem to solve. I just want a break from being the one carrying the load every year. I'm sticking to my boundaries. If they think no one else is capable of cooking, then they can deal with the consequences, not me. Also, I had said since last month that I didn't want to host or cook, so this is not new information to his family. Update 2. Someone asked how it became the tradition of me making the turkey. My mill rarely made a turkey. They usually went to my husband's paternal grandparents' house. Him and the cousins are all the same age, so once everyone got married, his aunts and cousins started doing their own thing. I got handed the job of turkey because my mill said her oven was too small to fit the turkey. She has one of those built-in wall ovens from the 80s. The first year before we were living next to them, she came over and brought it prepped and put it in the oven herself and would come by to check it. Every year after that I was tasked to do it by myself. So for the first 7 years of me making it, we would have carried it in the car over to their house. Also, in years past we would have a second turkey made fried or smoked by my Phil. No one liked it or would eat it, so it would go to the dog. I was still making the main turkey that was just a second one.